Hey, what's up guys? It's Arlen and I'm very excited to bring you this interview. Today I sit down with Dr. Sina, who, yes, he's a doctor, he's 31 years old, and Sina actually overcame depression through my program. He actually took a test that is standardized across therapists and doctors that marks for depression. And he took it at the beginning of the program and he scored very high. And then he took it 4 weeks in. We haven't even finished the entire training and he's completely eliminated it, along with learning how to build a circle of friends that support him, that motivate him, and that he can go do fun shit like, you guys see me do on my channel. So enjoy this interview. I hope it helps you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. Without further ado, enjoy this interview with Dr. Sina. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are sitting down with Dr. Sina. And in this video, we're just gonna talk about how Sina basically went from depressed, a lot of problems that we'll dive into, to now has literally, because he's a doctor, he's like tracked this stuff and has been to, was it a therapist and some other things and tracked this depression score, lowered it to close to nothing, and has been able to make some awesome progress socially. And really, I mean, if we really get down to it, like build a circle of friends around the country, around the world that you could pop in and hang out with. Exactly, yeah. And so we're gonna dive into that. And so Sina, welcome to my channel here. And so let's talk about, let's just start like when you first, well, how did you find me? Like, how did you first find my channel?
So I think I saw a post on my Explore page on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. And I went through it, and I think it was the post about if you want to build a tribe, and at that point I actually wanted to, and I needed an expert to like tell me how to do it.
Got it.
So I started DMing you, and everything went forward.
So did you see an ad?
I don't think it was an ad. I think it was
just an Explore. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And so at the time, like, what was your headspace like? Like, how are you feeling on a day to day? What are your main problems? Kind of almost imagining if like there's a version of the old version of Sina out there watching this, like where were you at?
Okay, so I was in a depressed state, which again, as you said, by a therapist. Like I knew I had the depression.
For how many years?
Oh, for like 6-7 years, but it was up and down, and I was in my low point at that point. I didn't know that many people. I was always at home or at the hospital, like either way, just working or sitting at home. Wasn't really happy. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I did to like spend time and like technically waste time was to go on Instagram and search. Not specifically for something, it's just go on the Explore page, and I was lucky enough to find your post, and then everything started from there.
Got it. Okay, so tell us more, like diving into that depressive state, like what that was like day to day.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I know like sometimes it can creep back a little bit, but like it's obviously improved a lot.
Yeah.
Tell us like back then, like how it felt, the hopelessness of it, and really like paint the picture.
Okay, so there's something in depression called anhedonia, meaning you have no interest in doing anything, and you get used to it after a while, which it was the state that I was on. Every morning, if I didn't have to go to work, I did not have the motivation to even get out of bed. Mm-hmm. Most of the times reaching out to people, even watching a 10-minute video on YouTube was hard for me because I didn't want to spend that time. Mm-hmm. I kept most of the day looking at the clock to see when I can go back to sleep. I didn't eat properly. I was not working out. I was always in this low state of mind. At some point my mom came and visit, and she's my everything. I even couldn't spend time with her. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I would just sit in my room and didn't want to go out. Mm-hmm. Didn't want to do anything. Crying most of the time for no reason. Although I had the good reason to become depressed, mm-hmm. but then I didn't fight to get out of it.
Got it.
And I was going to therapy, and I'm in science, I'm in medicine, so I was taking my medications, I was after it, but I didn't have the motivation to do everything I could. And
so how long have you been in therapy?
4 years.
And
different therapists.
Different therapists, and how many years have you been on medication?
On and off same amount, 4 years.
Okay. And lithium, anything else?
No. So the medications I'm on are called SSRIs and SNRIs, which are way before lithium. They just boost euphoria in your body for a couple of months until the therapy kicks in, and then you cut back on the medication, which that never happened because
the therapy never kicked in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you found an ad or something on my page. Did you watch some videos on my YouTube? Like, how did you?
I did after. So the thing I liked was I DM'd you, and because I saw your Instagram and you had a bunch of followers, so I'm like, oh, if I DM this guy, he's not going to answer right away. And I got an answer within, I think, less than an hour.
Yeah, pretty active.
Yeah. And then you followed up on it, and I told you, like, yeah, I'm working right now. Tonight I'm going to do it. And then I actually went over everything, went over the timing and stuff. And then I had a
call with Daniel?
Call with Daniel first. And then again, you DM'd me, followed up saying, like, let's do a one-on-one. And then we started talking, and then I just signed up.
Great.
It sounds perfect. So
awesome.
Why miss the opportunity?
So how was the conversation with Daniel?
Okay, so the thing that he basically started with is he wanted to know what was I struggling with to see if I'm a good fit for the program. We had this, I think it was like 40-minute talk that I went through detail. Because I've been through therapy, I don't mind sharing, so I started sharing about what happened to me in my life, where I was and what I wanted. And he's like, yeah, you're the perfect fit, which the thing I wanted at that point, and even now, but like I'm way closer to it now, is having a big social circle, having the tribe, having people to support me and care for me. And when I said that stuff, he's like, yeah, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
So I just signed up immediately. I didn't even have a second call. I just signed up right away.
Yeah, right. So walk us through what the experience was like as you started going through the program, and like any big aha moments for you that, again, like if someone were watching this that was in your shoes, like that would help them, move the ball forward.
So I think at the beginning that I started, it was very beginning of your program in this time. So it wasn't that many people. I think it was the first couple of days I joined. So even with you and Daniel, the amount of support I got, and I'm not just saying it because we're like talking. I literally mean it. The amount of support I got and the amount of understanding I got. Like when I said something, when I said, oh, I'm down, it wasn't just like, oh, keep your chin up, you'll do great. It was an understanding of like, yeah, I know what you're going through, but you can't sit around like this, or reach out. I remember the first, I think 2-3 days I texted you and on our Discord, and I said, I don't have any friends. And you said, just look at what you said.
Yeah.
You're just being negative. And then you had actually one of the people on the program message me and show me that you have support. And from then on, I just felt like I actually have that support. It wasn't a one-night thing, but it took like a couple of weeks for me to realize I actually have a group of people online that I have access to all of them, and they can very much help me, which is what happened till now. Like I have people texting me every day asking how I'm doing.
Yeah, you just got a message a little while before we started recording this.
Exactly.
From what did he say?
Your beard looks luscious, something like that. I posted a picture and he commented on it. Yeah, and I have like group chats with people. I give value to them. I get a lot of value and support from them. Like I went to this event a couple of nights ago and I was having a little bit of problem, and in one of those groups, I just sent a message saying, I need help. I'm like anxious at this point. And the amount of support you get. And again, it's not just like, oh, you can do this. It's like people that have been through it and understand what you're going through talking to you.
Right.
And then there's you that whenever I actually have any questions or anything, I without any hesitation, I message you and I always get a response.
Okay. So the support's been good. My help's been good. Daniel's help has been good. Have there been any like key takeaways, lessons from within the program that you wish you knew a long time ago, just from the training videos?
So I think this is the depression, and it was an aha moment for me. It was the fact that I'm just complaining and not doing anything to get to what I want. And I think that was the clarity I got, especially at the beginning of this program, that I need to actually do something about it. I can't just sit around and say, oh, my luck is bad. I don't meet people. And each week that we went through each of the phases of the program, I honestly remember saying like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Of course I'm not going to meet anyone. Or like, I'm not. And I remember the first week you pushed me to go sign up on a gym. Actually, you found the gym and sent it to me.
Right,
You're like,
yeah.
sign up now.
Right.
And that has been by far one of the best decisions I made, because every time I want to go to the gym, although it's far from my house, it's a fun moment that I get home, change, and I want to go there. And through that, I met some people.
Right.
They're not necessarily the people that I will bring into my tribe. It's just, it showed me that it is possible. You just have to work for it.
Yeah. And so what are the other things that you did for your mindset? Because I prioritize that a lot.
Yeah.
And that was obviously, as we're talking here, like one of the main things you need to work on, and that you're still improving.
Yeah.
But what has been like the main tactics that you've done, whether it was putting stuff up on your wall or using Maxi, or like what were those things that I told you to do that you took action on that you feel like really helped?
So by far the best one is morning meditations.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, and I have to get up very early for work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I now, even if I don't have enough sleep the night before because of work, I get up that 15 minutes earlier. I have my coffee, and while my coffee is cooling a little bit, I sit down and I just calm my brain, bring myself back down, remember where I am, what I'm doing, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which when people join, they will see what I'm talking about in
Mm-hmm.
detail. That was by far one of the best things I've done, because I did that throughout the day. Whenever my mind
Mm-hmm.
flew away, I would just bring it back down. Even, I think I told you once in a grocery store, I stood by a corner and I just calmed down and I started doing that. That was perfect.
Right.
The other thing I did, which helped a lot, was the reminders on my phone, putting the pictures of what I wanted on the wall and on the background of my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I unlock my phone, I see the things.
Yeah.
I see the notes I put out. I see all of that. And I do weekly goal settings, and like daily to-do lists that
Mm-hmm.
helped tremendously. Because after doing all that, there's a satisfaction when you just like click on them and you know, like, you didn't waste your day. You actually did all of this.
Yeah.
And you're improving, you're getting towards what you want. And every day you see improvement of the things that were harder for you to do now are just like very easy to do.
And so explain what you just explained to me about the test that you took.
Yeah.
And then where you were and where you are now.
Okay, so this needs a little bit of background. So in psychology, there's this test called the PHQ9. It's 9 questions that you ask a person to see how much they score in their depression phase. After you have the diagnosis of MDD, major depressive disorder, you start with the PHQ9 every session to see if you're getting better or if you're getting worse. And it's not just a yes or no question, it's a ranking question. Each question asks you, each question has a topic, and then you have to say like, oh, I don't have it, I have it some days in the week, every day in the week, most days in the week. I would always score 12, 13, but more than 12 is bad.
Yeah.
And this is with therapy and medication, so this is before starting with you. And I'm like 12, 13, which I still have trouble sleeping, I still have trouble with eating, motivation, again, the anhedonia. I remember the last session I had with therapy was actually a couple of days ago. And my therapist knows you, by the way. He said you scored 2 and 1 on 2 different scores, which I usually were 15.
Yeah.
So I like improved tremendously, significantly in the last couple.
But that's probably what I would get if I took it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get like -1, would I?
No.
Okay.
0 is the last one that you can get. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but
We'll do another interview when you hit 0.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. That's such a cool thing to hear, like quantified.
Exactly.
Like that.
It's like actually scientifically proven. Like your program is scientifically proven at this point. It helps.
To do what?
It helps. It motivates you to do stuff. It brings you out of your shell, technically, out of your depression phase.
Scientifically proven to heal depression.
Yeah, because the PHQ9 is actually something that they use worldwide, and it's a scientific thing. And on that scale, I'm the example for it.
Yeah.
I went from a high score to a normal score.
Yeah.
Under 5 is completely okay.
And so how do you feel in terms of your ability and your trajectory of to make and build a circle in a new city and to start that process of making friends? How do you feel about that right now?
So that is actually my situation, because as you know, I am in a new city that I don't know people. And I think we're in the place in the program that you're teaching about this specific subject at this point. And
by the way, I think it's worth mentioning we're only 4 weeks in to the program, so there's
first video
7.
second video of the 4th week is out.
Yes.
So So to me, I was in a new city and it was hard for me. The two things it showed me very well is, first of all, I know how to plan to meet people. As we say, I make my luck now. The other thing is, I know that it's going to take time to get there. I'm not saying a lot of time, but I know that it's not a one-night thing. It's a progression, and I love that about it. It gives you hope every day. You see one step forward, you see you're getting there. But now I have a plan to see what I'm going to do. I have a goal that I set, and I'm seeing myself going through that goal. So that's
right. It's very it's not like this blur anymore. It's like it's not a mystery. It's like, oh, there is a system that if you do these things, it will happen. And I mean, where you're at now, you do have that worldwide network. It's just with guys in the program.
Exactly.
And we haven't gotten to the part yet, of course, where you do it, on your own. But even still, you have that plan. And
this is 4 weeks in.
Yeah.
This is a lot of accomplishment for a month.
Yeah, I would say so.
Knowing so
4
many
years
people.
of depression, pretty much zapped down to nothing.
Yeah.
And support, guys telling you got a cool beard. So we'll do another one probably in like a month or so. And at that time, I mean, my goal for you is for you to have that external, tribe outside the program and full confidence that you can do it anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Which is great. So awesome. Is there anything else you would say to, a guy who's like really depressed, really down, struggling to make friends, feels like he has no support? Anything you would send a message?
So one of the things this program showed me, and one of the things he's actually working on, is realizing the things you have and knowing who you are, like knowing your worth. I think those are the big things that brought me out of the depression. Because yes, at week 4 or 3, you go through like ways to do stuff, but as long as you don't know who you are and you don't know what your goal is and you don't know,
which weeks 1 and 2 are fully focused on.
Or most of the calls that we have as a group are about who you are and getting to know your mission.
Yeah.
And I heard it first here with you, the gold star and the mission, but after actually reading up on it, it's like, again, it's scientific. It's in psychology books.
Yeah. That
you need that in order to understand what you're doing in life, which again, if you join, you'll see we go through it in detail. There are worksheets, there are everything for you to help you find it. That I think that's one of the biggest things that brought me.
Do you think there's enough detail in the program?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm the example.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, cool. I love it. All right, well, Sina, thank you. If you guys have questions for Sina, do you mind if they hit you up?
Oh, no, of course.
Sina, the MD, on Instagram. We'll put it right there.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Sina. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that interview. If you did and you would like to sign up for my program, or if you'd like to learn more about it, then just click the link in the description and you can book a free one-on-one training with my head coach. His name is Daniel. He's absolutely incredible. I wouldn't have him anywhere near my business if he wasn't an A+ player. So you will get tons of value out of this call, I absolutely promise. And you can learn about my program, more about what we do. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. All right.